And we are live.
Oh, my classroom. There you go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right in the middle. Here we go. Well, here we are with Mrs. Hennessy, faculty spotlight. How about you start with giving us 3 traits that describe you?
To describe me, I'd for sure say, maybe not so much at home. In school, organized.
Organized?
Yep.
Doesn't happen at home?
I would like to say I am, but with 2 kids, that's not always the case. Always the case. I would say organized, dedicated, and probably open. I'm a pretty open person.
All right. Open meaning?
Meaning, yeah, transparent, I guess.
Okay.
I probably share too much.
I like it. Good. That's good. That's awesome. How about any hobbies or collections that you have that people might not know?
Right now, I mean, really mainly just my kids.
Just the
but
kids?
I do occasionally really love some bad reality TV.
Bad reality
like right
TV?
now, Love is Blind on Netflix.
Love is Blind.
That's my jam right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a sitcom? Or, I mean, not a sitcom, but not a documentary.
It's just a series.
There you go. I
yeah.
couldn't think. I'm not smart enough all the time. Gotcha. So that's a good one, huh?
I wish I could say it was reading. But.
So Netflix over reading?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Don't tell my first kids.
Oh, they're going to watch it. They asked me on the way down, where are you going? I said, I'm putting Mrs. Hennessy on YouTube. We can watch that. I like, you bet you can.
Oh, good. Yes.
So hobbies is just watching Netflix, huh?
Right now.
Right now.
I recently started. I splurged and bought a bunch of stuff to make clay stuff for like lanyards, and I would like to make earrings eventually.
Okay.
So when I get time, I would like to hone in on that.
That's what we're gonna work on?
It's been fun, like hands-on stuff, but not right now, really.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
One day working out again would be nice.
Yep, for sure. How about let's talk about your career. What inspired you to work in the school?
I didn't originally go to school for teaching. I always kind of dreamt of having my own classroom and being a teacher, but reality was, or not reality, but when I went to NDSU for the first time, I had to work in that career field for a while before I realized I did want to teach.
What did you initially go for?
Public relations and advertising.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked in that a while. The reality of it was I just wanted to make some money. and teaching was not that appealing to me at the time. So then the more I thought about it, I got to moving further west and thought about it and worked in PR advertising for a while, and it wasn't fulfilling to me what I was doing. So
okay.
I always thought about teaching and finally ended up back at MSU and
I didn't know that part of your background.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Glad that you came around. Joined the staff or joined the
years, yeah.
education world.
Yep.
But what really inspired you to do that? Just
I wouldn't say there was any one specific or one moment where I was like, I really want to teach, but I like to always say I loved the movie Matilda growing up, and I felt like I related to. I wish I was more like Miss Honey, but I wanted to be Miss Honey to someone. And
okay.
I like the creative aspect to it. Getting kids to learn in a creative way. Teaching is not just the content. It's
fact.
engaging them. So I always liked that idea, but you don't know if you're going to be good at it till you do it.
No, that's fact.
So I think I had to build up enough courage to know if I'd be good at it. But
okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So talking with the students that you work with, what's the main advice you'd give your students right now?
For sure, just to make mistakes or be okay with making mistakes. Make mistakes and own them. You don't. Even as adults, we're all just learning as we go. There's no one day you have it all figured out, and I stress that with them on a day-to-day basis. Their job is not to be perfect in everything that I'm teaching them, but to make the mistakes and learn from them. So
Without a doubt, there's not a blueprint.
Nope.
Good. Okay, so you said you're in Fargo. Do we have a destination, or do we have a spot that was what's the furthest you've been from home?
Furthest, I've been to Europe. I went to Lithuania when I was in junior high.
Oh, wow.
I went on a missions trip with my church at the time, so that's the furthest for sure.
Okay. Lithuania, wow. Well, that is you'll have to get them to pull up Lithuania on the map then and show them then when they watch this on YouTube, because they'll like that. Okay, now staying with a geographical area, what's your very favorite place to be?
Ooh, I probably, I'm more of a homebody now. Probably just at home.
Oh my goodness, all of our elementary teachers are homebodies.
Well, I do feel very content at work. I love being here in my classroom. I feel very at peace, but I guess more so at home.
Okay.
Just anywhere that's quiet.
Well, since we're speaking of home then, what do you never leave home without?
If you ask my husband this question, it's more like, what do I leave home most often without? Because I forget everything on my way out the door. Probably a drink, like water or coffee or tea in the morning.
So
or
you never leave
snacks,
home without
food.
water or
No, I always have a
tea
drink.
or...
I got all my collection here, my snacks, probably food in general.
Okay. All right. Any pets at the house?
We have a dog, Jax.
Dog? What
Yeah.
kind of dog?
A lab,
A lab?
golden lab. Yeah.
Stay in the house, or he's got a place outside?
He's an inside dog.
Okay.
He started as an inside dog, and then when we moved out to the country, we thought maybe he would be just outside. You can't really turn an inside dog to only outside, so he's inside whenever he wants. But
all right. Well, we're gonna switch from the farm a little bit. How about the summertime? During your breaks, what do you enjoy the most about the summer?
just being outside. I wish I could say going to the lake. I wish we were lake people, but just being in the sun. Spent a lot of time with the girls out in their pool, playing in the water.
Okay.
Built a new deck this year, so looking forward to having a summer with a nice deck to be out on.
Gotcha.
So yeah, just being outside.
So you like being outside?
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, let's go back to the Berthold School. What do you enjoy the most about it?
Berthold, for sure, the size. It's really nice. Like, I don't think we realize how spoiled we are with the size we work with and these small classes and really getting to know our students. That goes right along with the culture. I love, who I work with and what I do every day. I get excited about coming here and knowing that now with my own kids too, knowing that they're going to be a part of this, and we all kind of have the same outlook and working on making all these kids the best humans they can be. So.
Yep. No, it is pretty unique, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
we kind of go from a pretty average standard size in the elementary to kind of a smaller size back to a standard size. It is pretty unique. That is a fact. Well, what's the most rewarding part of your job?
For sure, just getting to see the kids grow. Like, right along with Berthold, we have these kids for a short amount of time, and I'm finding now this is my 5th year here, seeing those kids that I had in 1st grade, hearing them talk in the hallways and how they treat one another, and knowing that I was, even if just a small part of helping them become who they are, seeing the growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool to watch that, without a doubt. That's awesome. What do you like best about working with children or our students?
They're more fun than adults. They're way more fun. They're just quirky. Kids are hilarious. Yeah, especially since I didn't always work in education. It's fun. It's something new every day, even though, with all the structure and routine, seeing them learn, and they're fun.
Yep, that's pretty fact. So, okay, we're gonna go back to kind of question 3, because I'm still not satisfied with it, or 2. So you said you kind of always wanted to watch Matilda, but what really made you want to become a teacher? Or Miss Honey or whatever?
Yeah, no, I'm way more strict than Miss Honey. Honestly, just working with kids always appealed to me, but I honestly didn't have a good idea of what teaching was when I first went to school. And I had really good friends going to NDSU who were in teaching. And after getting to know more about what they were doing and learning, there's a lot more craft to teaching than just being engaging and knowing the content. I love the data side of it and really having to hone in on what a kid does or doesn't know, and I just love a challenge, I guess. And teaching always, like I said, was in the back of my mind. I just couldn't get myself to do it.
To take the plunge.
Yeah.
Right.
So why not go back to school?
Good for you. That's awesome.
I don't know if that satisfies your.
I'll stop there. How about something that the community might not know about Mrs. Hennessy? Something you could tell the community they don't know about you.
Well, I definitely never thought I'd end up here.
Didn't think you'd end up in Berthold?
No, if you would have told me in college that I was going to end up in Berthold, North Dakota.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Washburn.
Washburn?
Yep.
Well, we're really not stepping up that much. It's pretty similar.
No, it's great that I am so close to family too, and having met Luke and his family being close, we're really spoiled. But yeah, I never thought I'd end up here. So I will say, I love being here. I'm glad I landed here. The community is great and everyone's super supportive and caring of everyone. So I love that about where I'm at.
Agreed.
As far as something they wouldn't know about me, I grew up on a buffalo ranch in Washburn.
Buffalo, huh?
Yep, my parents raised buffalo, and yeah, Washburn was very much the same sort of setting. Small school, very fortunate to have those small classes, and yeah, this is familiar to me, so it makes sense that it was where I ended up.
Awesome.
Luke convinced me to just slowly move further west.
Slowly get to that.
I decided this was west enough. So.
Well, that's all right. That's good. Well, I think this is the toughest question. Like, you're talking parents sending homework, and probably not a lot of homework with first graders, but maybe a little bit of things that you want them to maybe work on, talk with their parents. So there's always parents that might not feel like they can help their children with homework. Any advice for parents?
Honestly, anything, especially at the younger age. So I guess I'll gear towards the young ones first, but just read with them, talk to them, ask them about what they like and what they don't like. Honestly, with primary grades too, we're learning more and more about what really helps a student become a successful reader, and there's all this talk about phonemic awareness and setting them up to be successful readers. And I would just tell parents, the more you can read, the better. Play rhyming games with them. Spoken sounds is what kids need to have a good grasp on in order to be fluent readers. So from a young age, just read with them, talk to them, and then moving into once they're older, honestly, validate them, talk to them about what they're feeling, their emotions, have conversations with them. I look at some of the junior high school kids, going to school is hard.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of scenarios you find yourself in that you might not have the right answers to. So I guess parents, just talk to your kids.
That's good. We appreciate it.
Read
there
and
you go. That wasn't so bad.
No.
That's a
fairly
wrap.
Painless.
Thank you. Have a great rest of the day.